Now going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Lizzo accidentally making a Trump campaign video when she attempts to roast him, but kind of backfires. Now, this was brought to us thanks to Libza TikTok, in which she said, quote, Lizzo just accidentally made an epic video campaigning for Trump. This sounds awesome. And, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I should have told you like a disclaimer. I'm about to put a picture of Lizzo on the screen. I know it won't technically make your eyes melt like in Indiana Jones, but it's certainly not a pretty sight. So I should have gave you some warning. That's kind of the benefit if you're just tuning in on Spotify or something like that. You're not seeing Lizzo on the screen. So apologies, but I think it's less than a minute long, so it won't be too oh, I'm sorry. Minute 22 long, but we'll get through it together. And I don't know what she's wearing. It's certainly not a suit or dress. But nevertheless, one of the few times where, I always bring up a video, I say their voices are infinitely better than mine. Shoot, in this case, might be a coin flip, but nevertheless, we'll hear what Lizzo has to say. And on the screen, I'll read some of the text she has. It says Project 2025 in text in front of her, one of her chins.
The Supreme Court.
I'll crank up that volume really quick. Well, that's why.
The Supreme Court just ruled on, I think, 3 or 4 new laws that are really starting to put Project 2025 in motion. If you don't know what Project 2025 is, it is not a scare tactic. It is not a conspiracy. It is very real. And here are some of the guidelines. Unitary executive theory. Just read this.
Okay, well, dude, for a second it was just a text on the screen, then she surprised me. She took up, obviously, a disproportional great percentage of the screen, but get her out of the way. It says, quote, Government Project 2025 proposes that the entire federal government bureaucracy, including independent agencies such as the Department of Justice, be placed under direct presidential control. A controversial idea known as unitary executive theory. In practice, this would streamline decision-making, allowing the president to directly implement policies in a number of areas. Proposal is also for calling for eliminating job. Apologize, the screen is a little bit far from me. The proposals also call for eliminating job protections of thousands of government employees who could be replaced by political appointees. You know how many federal government employees there are these days? I'm pretty much for anything that curtails that. I mean, there's a lot of redundancies to say the least. And it looks like, why is there a watermark or something over the last text? Then it says the blank, arrogant, increasingly lawless organizations, and calls for drastic overhauls of this and federal agencies, including elimination of Department of Education, which I'm not sure how much good they do these days. If anything, I think they're quite the antithesis. And again, this is a summary, or where's she getting this information? It'd be nice if she said. Maybe she does. Maybe she'll grace us with her elegance and brilliance. Probably not, but let's get back to what she has to say.
This would give the president complete and total power to pass any bill or law he wants. Donald Trump. They're going to build that wall. Also, they're going
Spoiler, I'm pretty sure most Americans are for the wall these days. I mean, we spent over almost $200 billion defending Ukrainians' wall, or their alleged wall, or whatever we want to call that Russia-Ukraine conflict. Yeah, we can't spend, $6 to 12 billion to protect our southern border, where we've had 8 to 15 million illegals cross illegally in the past couple of years. It is 39 months. Where again, some of these people are literally terrorists, and many of these people are committing acts of murder in the United States. I mean, it's a huge security issue, as well as a labor issue, as well as a more moral issue. You have people who are waiting in line properly doing the process, and then others are illegally crossing. And I'll beat you in the comments. Yes, I'm from Cuba. However, we did fly here right when Fidel took over, so yeah, just throwing it out there. Nevertheless,
to fast track certain immigrants if they pay a certain price. They want the next.
That is an interesting topic. Should we fast track someone if they're more economically enabled, or they have? That's another point of controversy with immigration, is all the benefits that they get, which again, you incentivize behavior, you get more of it. If you're actually having people pay to come here, that'd be interesting. I don't know. Again, I think it's worth having a public debate about. Granted, I'm not sure how much eloquence and debates really happen in DC these days, but nevertheless.
Next president to stop the war on oil and natural gas.
She's saying that like it's a bad thing? Remember when gas was under $2 a gallon? Remember the first time in 60 years the U.S. was energy independent? How was that? that quite literally is one of the best things for a country is cheap energy. It's how you grow a country. Literally everything in our lives is better when you have cheap fuel. I'm just thinking about food. How does food get to the store? How does food get from the farmer to the store? How does the farmer cultivate the food? All takes fuel. Think about every product we have pretty much have petroleum byproducts in it as well. And yet she's saying, oh yeah, they're gonna, deregulate some of that, get rid of some of that red tape, allow them to drill in more areas.
You know, the reason why we're at war anyways right now, they already got rid of Roe v. Wade.
Wait a minute. The reason we're at which war is she talking about? I was told we have to defend Ukrainian something.
So they've already started this part.
Abortion. Wait, you mean the thing where Trump said on stage during the presidential debate that the issue was relegated to the states and all the states were different, that he would not pass a national abortion law?
And they want to get rid of the abortion pill. And
wait, fact check. Is that the only way to perform one of those acts? And what is she saying now? It's almost done, I promise. I know it's unbearable.
And lastly, he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. So
that would be great. I can't help but wonder. Let's pull it up really quick. How many employees at the Department of Education? Education. Just a friendly reminder while I look that up, the public test scores for kids for ACTs at a 32-year low. Yet the teachers' unions say they deserve more money. They're also one of the largest contributors to politicians. Yeah. I don't know. One of those things. Let's see. Department of Education is 44 years old, so it's been around for a little while. What? Wait. $68 billion budget? Wait, no. 2023 is $88.3 billion. Looks like some of that, again, this is Wikipedia. About 5,000 employees. No. According to 2018 is 3,912 employees. Annual budget. A couple numbers here. Sorry, the presidential's request was 88.3. It looks like the last budget we see for them is 2016 got $68 billion, which is quite a pretty penny to say the least. Yet, I would debate what have they done. Also, one fun fact, one of the reasons you have less creativity in public schools is the Department of Education, and it's why they have less fun extracurriculars. They quite literally coerce local schools saying, we won't give you federal funding if you don't get rid of archery, or if you don't get rid of shooting it. They used to have classes where you could teach kids how to properly use a firearm, how to actually use it safely. I mean, just look at Brave or Google image search, and you see kids being instructed on how to use firearms properly in school. Again, what I always tell people when it comes to the firearms debate in the Second Amendment, well, first of all, it's a God-given right, you'll never take it away from folks. And it's like when it comes to schools and having shootings, it's a culture issue, not a firearm issue. We've had the technology for well over 100 years when it comes to detachable magazines and such. But I'll get back to what Lizzo was saying.
This will happen. So all those books that are getting banned, they're just gonna keep on banning them.
I mean, the books that have porn in them. I guess on YouTube you're supposed to say corn unless it gets blacklisted with the magical algorithm. Yet another reason I upload daily, multiple times on the big green competitor, which allegedly, if you say that, it also messes with the magical algorithm. I don't know how many people really understand. I say that, but I mean, obviously people like Mr. Beast are doing something right, obviously. But yeah, you have books where they literally have adult content in them in elementary schools, and the perverts that want to keep those books there. So yeah, there's a reason you shouldn't have graphical books that show you sexual acts in elementary schools. There's no upside to having that. And I'm not saying the teachers should immediately be thrown in jail, but they should be probably given a day in court to prove their innocence, because something isn't right.
And all this was made possible because Trump appointed 3 young Supreme Court justices during his presidency, and we are seeing the effects of that.
And it's also because Ruth Bader Ginsburg was one of the most egotistical, power-hungry SOBs in history. And she clung onto power because she was so greedy and so egotistical. Because again, they recommended that she retire or step down under Barack Obama. Because again, that Obama could have appointed someone else. But no. She wanted the power to the very end. And yet, that's one of the reasons why you have more people on the Supreme Court who usually believe in the Constitution, also known as constitutionalist. which one would think everyone would want. Kind of suspicious, some don't. Now, thankfully, you can only see Lizzo's chins and, what do you call it, the strap. That's one of the strongest dresses I've seen. And granted, I'm no fashion aficionado. I don't know, like like the toe straps you have on a truck to put down lumber or secure lumber. They're digging into their shoulders and they're not giving up. I'll give credit to whoever made that. I don't know what you call that type of article of clothing. Whoever manufactured that, that is a great durable product. I'd recommend it for military application, perhaps. And yet, it's hilarious. She made this commercial saying, "Oh yes, it's so bad." Everyone, again, this is social media. A lot of people loved that because again, a lot of people are voting for Trump because of his position on those policies. And also with the summary in terms of consolidation of power, I'll probably let me know in the comments if you want me to do a whole separate video, very similar to the Supreme Court thing, where we actually analyze the actual granular bullet points of what it really means versus what some people are interpreting as. But let's go to the top comments. Let's see. Paul Zupa says, "Sounds good to me. Open the energy production, build the wall, defund the Department of Education. Win, win, win." Getting 377 likes. Let's see here. Wall Street Ape says, "Here's proof that the Biden administration is using foreign bot farms to push Project 25 propaganda. However, I think it's backfiring because Project 25 is actually sounding like exactly what America needs right now, lol." Got 321 likes. Sandy says, "Don't tell him." Got 727 likes. What is this?
What you got to say about Project 2025? Have you heard of Agenda 47? Say what? Agenda 47. Nah. It's the actual platform that Trump is going to push when he becomes president. It's listed on his official campaign website. Project 2025 is not to be found there. Matter of fact, Project 2025 was created by a conservative think tank named the Heritage Foundation. It's supposed to make it illegal to be homeless. Has nothing to do with Trump. Trump has neither endorsed nor supported this platform. He has his own. But I saw on BET. I don't care what any Hollywood elite or BET Awards show hosted by Taraji P. Henson have told you about Project 2025. It is not a talking point of President Trump's campaign, nor is it something that he's interested in. It's just another tool to fearmonger you and to just continue to vote for the same people over and over again and never breaking the cycle of chaos that we see within the black community. Once again, just look at the decades long of Democrat control over black cities.
What is he talking about? Chicago is a great place to live. that's a joke because, no, it's been terrible for nearly 100 years. It's one of the reasons why businesses and people are leaving it in droves.
Uncle Tom. It makes sense, man. But listen, do you? Be mad at what you want to be mad at, but you ain't mad at Trump. Man, shut up, coon.
Jeez. Got 727 likes on that video. See, wow. Remanti says, "Could Lizzo be any more?" I don't know what we call it, the Swedish thing, or one of the things where they blow into a trumpet the size of like a Honda Civic in length. And yes, Americans will use anything except the metric system. Never use it, obviously. It says retard. Get 121 likes. Let's see. We have Lizzo with one of her what is that? Ski mask without the face? And this is from Brano saying, "Advice Lizzo is not a secure source of wisdom." It says she's saying Project 2025 is going to be terrible for you guys. And it's a little cartoon that says Trump up 500% in the polls. Getting 254 likes. Let's see. Laurel Powell says, "Unitary executive theory would give the president complete and total power to pass any bill or law he wants. Someone needs to rewatch the Schoolhouse Rock and learn how a bill becomes law." Yeah, that's true. Got 144 likes. Boneless Fries says she looks like the black Loom girl who wants to admit she stinks everywhere. I don't know what Loom is. Got 22 likes though. Let's see. Russell Flowers says, "Apparently 99% of Biden voters know what Project 2025 is, and 1% of Trump voters know about it." Got 33 likes. Rash Disclosures says, "Lizzo doesn't know what the F she's talking about. Doesn't know, doesn't care." 46 like. Guns for Golf, or Guns and Golf says, "I'm voting for Trump even harder now," getting 62 likes. Curious Mind Bite says, "What an endorsement. Borders protected, safe elections, elimination of made-up federal departments to lower what we spend on government," etc. Getting 23 likes. Granted, in terms of the total fiscal cost of the department, I think the more detrimental thing is how they're controlling all the schools, and I'm not sure what value they really brought. Jeremiah Bonds says she's just falling in line for the rest of them. All press is good press. Haha, getting 58 likes. Oh, this is, I never forget this. Paul Hookham says, LMFAO, they put bigger wheels on the Lizzo chair. And I forgot what TV show this was on, but yeah, if you look at all these chairs, the wheels are for the, the people who are human sized, about the size of maybe golf balls. And you look at Lizzo's chair and it's reinforced as if it's built for an elephant. And the wheels are twice as big. They look like the industrial caster wheels you see on like toolboxes in mechanic shop that are rated for up to like 500 pounds. And those wheels are not cheap. I mean, those are the industrial wheels I'm thinking of. They're like almost $100 per wheel. Again, when it comes to heavy duty machinery or people, it takes a lot of engineering and heavy duty materials to support that structure. Now that got 98 likes. And again, F- for shit fashion. She's wearing some type of like almost like your grandma's quilt on a TV show. Again, I'm not sure who's picking out her clothing. Scrolling down more and more. See. A lot of pictures of Lizzo in her terrible outfits. If there's any contrarian statements here. Because again, there are millions of people, well, maybe dozens of people who appreciate Lizzo. I heard she also plays music. I think she's really just known for twerking as if she's having a seizure and desecrating monuments, like when she played the glass flute instead of actually, honoring it. Let's see one more. The doppelganger says she just needs to stick to singing and leave politics to others, getting 7 likes. Well, she's probably also busy preparing for her legal case, as she's been, again, allegedly accused of sexually harassing her employees. One of the most hilarious, and I say hilarious because of hypocritical, the pot calling the kettle black. Lizzo apparently berated her employees, saying that they're too fat. Lizzo said that. Yeah. So, morally vacuous to harass your employees, obviously. And she also, again, this is allegedly, she took employees to strip clubs, which, yeah, I mean, granted, my tech company doesn't have an HR department, but I come from corporate America. Even I know, like, yeah, you don't do that, especially these days. And even worse, she forced employees to, how do I say this eloquently? I try to keep it moderately family friendly. She pushed and coerced employees to catch bananas coming out of the performers at the strip clubs. I'll let your imagination run wild with that. But yeah, and she doesn't see, and again, there's all other allegations against her as well. But yeah, Lizzo is probably busy eating as well as preparing for her next legal case. She probably shouldn't be focusing on Orange Man and bad. But she's an influential person. A lot of people appreciate her twerking, I guess, and fashion outfits. So maybe some people will be influenced by her, but culturally speaking, I'm surprised Lizzo is still a thing, because again, with all the accusations, again, she'll have her time in court to prove herself innocent or appropriately, or be proven guilty. We'll see what happens. But let me know, do you know anyone in your circle of friends who admire Lizzo? Now, granted, when it comes to my musical preference, I mean, shoot, was the last modern band I liked maybe Aerosmith? I'm partially kidding. I do like, what was I growing up with, like Sum 41, but yeah, each their own. But as always, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.